Ad Astra.
I cannot help but feel that you bringing me here is some sort of an assassination attempt.
So hot. If only there was some shade for us to cool off under.
We still have a long way to go, so you'll need to hang in there for a while.
Okay.
Of course, but I'm accustomed to these conditions.
Care to share any tips?
Just try to stay focused. Use your willpower to support your mind. Take one step after another. Don't let your mind perceive your body's limitations.
Okay, if you say so. But where would be a more safe place to rest? Just look around, it's just sand and desert. There aren't any monsters for miles around. Whoa!
Watch out. Something's not right about them.
Silence!
Well, Paimon really didn't expect to see those here.
Those weren't just normal scorpions. See? There are marked numbers on their pincers. Someone doesn't want us to show up at the auction. We are surrounded by desert as far as the eye can see. If we were killed out...
This place is super dangerous.
Something's not right. There are no roads in the desert. So... Stay still. Here's the answer. They must have planted this on you.
Huh? What is it?
A miniature tracking device made by the Ksharawar. They can use this to discern your approximate location, but this device wasn't licensed for mass production. Where did they get it?
Whoa! Paimon never knew that kind of thing even existed! Why would it...
They probably planted it on the Traveler during our fight with the mercenaries earlier. It was a frantic fight. It's only natural you didn't notice the device.
Well, good thing you were able to find it, Sino. Now...
No. Hold on to it for now. It might still be useful for us. Let's keep heading to the auction. It would be dangerous to linger here any longer.
Let's dance.
your head.
Let the show begin.
They're back again! How many of them are there?
Got a problem you can't solve. Clue.
I'll bring my seasoning.
Let the record show that I verbally consent to relinquishing these items into your possession.
Weird. Is this where the auction is? Yeah. Not a single
We didn't waste any time getting here after we defeated those mercenaries. They shouldn't have been able to give it, but even so, they still knew we were coming. Someone here must have been watching the tracker. And
Aw, what should we do now?
we searched the area. They couldn't have moved all the knowledge capsules so quickly. There might still be something left for us to find.
All right, let's take a good look around the area.
Did you find anything?
No, nothing in particular.
It's possible there weren't many knowledge capsules containing info about the Court of Desolation. But don't worry. I have another idea. Come back and meet me here after some time has passed. I'm sure something will come up. They packed up in a hurry and didn't have time to carry off all their goods. They won't just leave them here. Once they think we've left the premises, they'll be back to pick up their belongings. We just need to make sure the tracker goes.
Oh, Paimon gets it. We'll lure them out because they'll think we've left. Okay, we'll start heading away and leave this place to you.
Yes. And don't worry. If they dare to return,
see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling my duties.
Oh, looks like Sino caught someone! So you're the bad guy behind all this, aren't ya? Alright,
I didn't act immediately when he showed up. Rather, he is not the primary instigator, but he is most likely one of the more important dealers here.
Yes, impressive. You certainly live up to your reputation, Sino.
Huh? Greedy? What are you...
Once everyone knew you were coming, all the canned knowledge dealers abandoned their goods and fled at once. Obviously, there wasn't time to pack up everything. Since all the goods were just left here unsupervised, I thought I'd use the opportunity to come back and take what I could. You know, free merchandise is good business, but...
You must know who's manufacturing and selling the canned knowledge, correct?
No, I'll talk. But before that, perhaps we can take the... If we stay here, chances are that someone will see me with you. That would put both me and my family in danger.
All right. Where do you suggest we go?
How about my home in Aru Village? It should be safe there.
Fine. Let's head out. You can throw away the tracker now, Traveler.
Listen, buddy, you better not try to trick us!
Come on now. Do you really think I'd try to pull anything under Sino's watch? Seriously, what can I even do?
Dad, you're back! Oh, we have guests? Hi there.
This is my daughter, Seeming. She can be a little shy of strangers. Why don't you run along now, dear? Dad needs to talk with our guests.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows Sino in our business, but let me ask, who are you two?
Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler!
To be honest, I really didn't expect to see Sino, the lone operator, working with any partners. When I saw the tracker start moving away, I assumed you had decided to just go back empty-handed. But even though you caught me, I'd still urge you to stop while you still can. You should abandon this investigation.
Why is that?
Everything, from the manufacturing of canned knowledge to the sales and even splitting the profits. Every step of the process involves dozens, if not everyone will try their best to defend this industry that we've worked to build. It will be a long and difficult fight. Even if you manage to win in the end, no one will thank you. If anything, you yourself might even feel remorse.
Everyone has their own reasons for what they do. I don't have to explain mine.
Here's some tea, Dad. And for the guests, too.
Right. I forgot to offer tea to our guests.
Don't mention it. And, I should tell you that our tea tastes kind of bitter, but I put some sugar in to make it a little tastier.
That's my girl. Do we still have any sugar left? If not, I'll buy some more next time.
Yes, we do. Okay. I'm gonna go have a rest now.
Didn't you say that everyone's in it for the massive profits? That sure doesn't seem to be the case for you.
Actually, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. My daughter was born with a chronic disease, so she has a relatively weak heart and lungs. Even slightly strenuous exercise can cause her to faint and prove to be a life-threatening risk. That's why she never really had any friends to play with, and why she locks herself up in her room most of the time. She has to take lots of medicine. And as for me, I was just an average merchant. I would wake up early and travel all around to make a profit. The Mora was still nowhere near enough. I could only watch my daughter's health deteriorate day until one day, someone reached out and showed me a way to really make a profit.
Selling canned knowledge.
That's right. With all the Mora I made, I could finally afford medical treatment for my daughter. Nothing made me... There are many others like me. Smuggling canned knowledge might seem like an unforgivable crime to you, but to us, it's a means of survival. I wanted to tell you all this so that maybe you could understand and change your mind. Please, stay out of this, Sino. Give us a way to survive.
Oh no. That means that if we prevent the sale of canned knowledge, his daughter will...
I must get to the truth. I can find someone to help treat your child, but I cannot turn a blind eye to the smuggling. These are two completely different issues.
I somehow knew you would say that. But having your word to help my daughter is enough for me. Since you insist on continuing the investigation, you'll find some goods I received just recently. I think everything will become clear to you once you see them.
Whoa! Look!
Yes, all neatly packed away and organized in boxes. To think that the small producers could impossibly support such a large quantity of goods. Could the academia have a hand in this? But such a volume of goods wouldn't be able to slip through inspection.
Huh? Look! These seem different from the other knowledge capsules we've seen. Maybe they contain knowledge about...
Yes, that would make sense. Wait, what's this? Yes, it's a Matra seal, indicating that the goods have passed Matra inspection. I started to suspect that someone in the academia might be involved when I found the tracker earlier. But how they could ship so much canned knowledge out of the academia was still a mystery. The pieces have now all fallen into place. With this Matra seal, goods can leave the academia without undergoing a second inspection. No wonder they don't want me to investigate. It turns out that a Matra is behind this. Even I find it hard to believe. Could I ask you for a favor, Traveler? Since all this canned knowledge came from the academia, then it's highly likely that the knowledge regarding the Court of Desolation originated from research files stored within the academia. If we can enter the repository, we can find out who accessed these files. But considering my current status, if I suddenly show up at the academia now, you'll need to be the one who checks the records. I'll write a letter to Nabil, and he'll take you there.
Sure thing! Leave it...
I'll also keep working here in the meantime. Although our leads are all currently pointing to someone within the academia, it's obvious that they also have power outside. We can get more information on other dealers from Bahari. I'll stay here and make some preparations. You can come find me anytime if you uncover more info.
Hello, we meet again. Have you managed to find Sino? read the letter and must admit that I hadn't expected things to be so serious.
It's alright. We wanted to help Sino too.
I can tell that he really trusts you. The research files stored away in the restricted repository are far from... Even I don't usually have authorization to enter. But with this letter from Sino, it shouldn't be a problem. That's right. Granted, the academia is very supportive when it comes to research. They encourage scholars. However, some forms of research have proven to be so dangerous that the Matra have to step in and put a stop to them. But some information may be retained as a record to warn later researchers. Follow me. I'll show you. Hopefully, we'll find the answer.
The restricted repository. Sounds kinda dangerous.
Abandoned property belongs to whoever finds it first. So, it's legally yours now.
Okay, I understand. Since Sino is vouching for you, avoiding any other research files.
So this is the restricted repository. I never thought I'd see the inside of it. This is a first for both you and me.
There are many who do not openly converse with others within the academia. But even so, even though he's no longer in the academia, I still trust him. And that goes for anyone he trusts as well. The files are over there. Just make it quick.
Whoa, there's a lot to read here. Have you found anything yet? Huh, it reminds Paimon of Sino's former partner.
His former partner. That would be Taj Radkani. But you're not far off. Mortada Radkani was Taj's only son.
What? Taj's son went to prison for researching the Court of Desolation?
Why do you sound so surprised? You're a Matra, aren't you?
It's just that they arrested him in secret, so it was never publicly known. All I knew was that Taj's son was taken to prison.
No. Unfortunately, there isn't. He took his... You've heard about Taj, right? I know Nabil has. Every Matra knows him. I would say he's probably pushing 50 this year, which makes him one of the most experienced Matra. He used to be Sino's only partner. Taj is also skilled with the polearm, so the two of them used to practice together when they weren't out on a mission.
Ah, right. I heard Sino mention that before. But one day, Taj suddenly decided to retire from active duty, and I wonder if it had anything to do with the Mortada incident.
Taj was already very well known by the time Mortada was born. So when Mortada came to study at the academia, everyone had high expectations of him. Then he had an unpleasant dispute with his father, but they were eventually able to work things out. Not long after they had reconciled, Taj arrested his son and put him behind bars. Shortly after, Mortada slit his own throat with the pieces of a broken bowl. Since then, Taj has been periodically coming to the repository. He'll hold the files from his son's research with a remorseful look on his face. I guess that's why he chose to move to administrative work.
I had no idea that happened. That must be really...
That's awful.
Wait, don't tell me you're starting to suspect Taj now. Possible. Taj would never do that. I mean, yes, but this is Taj we're talking about. He would never do anything...
But if you claim that the canned knowledge was originating from the academia, then Taj is indeed a suspect, because he was the only one who could have recently gone through research files about the Court of Desolation. There are so many files about those ruins that it would be difficult to restart any research, since the 7 original researchers were put behind bars. However, if the files were made into canned knowledge, they could be understood immediately.
But even so,
According to the legends, the treasures inside the Court of Desolation could allow someone to see beyond life and death. Or even bring the dead back to life, right? Though I don't really believe Taj would ever try to do something like that. I'm just telling you what I know. Do you have any questions? If not,
Hyman's kinda confused. What should we do from here?
oh, now that I think about it, Sino suspected that the canned knowledge was coming from within the academia, right? There's no way so many boxes could ever get through without drawing any attention. Maybe we could try asking people around the gate of the academia and see what we can find. Don't worry, Tosh. I won't let your reputation be tarnished.
Alrighty then, let's go ask around.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving the...
Huh. Well, yes, but isn't that pretty normal? The academia consumes so many resources each day. Everything from cooking ingredients, raw material.
Right, but we're looking for shipments with a Matra seal.
That I'm not too sure of. I normally wouldn't notice whether the goods have any seals or not. Maybe you should ask.
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving...
No, not that I'm aware of. Perhaps you could ask someone else?
Excuse me. Have you seen any large shipments of goods leaving...
Huh?
I'm just checking to ensure nothing unusual has happened.
Well, I can't say it's unusual, but I did notice something. There's a Kashar Rawar researcher who's been making frequent shipments recently. Dozen of large boxes each time, if not more. When I asked him about it, he said they just contained a bunch of old worn-out machines. The Kashar Rawar used to often sell scrap machines to traveling merchants, so I didn't really think anything of it. But he's been making a lot of shipments lately. There weren't ever so many outdated machines before.
And you didn't find that suspicious? Why didn't you...
Well, the boxes were stamped with a Matra seal. Why should I bother? Of course, I did start to wonder about the seal once, thinking that maybe they forged it or something. But you know what happened? A man named Taj came here and told me that he'd already inspected the goods personally and ordered me to leave the researcher alone. I couldn't question his word, could I?
Possible. There must be some sort of mistake. There's no way Taj would ever... No, I won't believe it. Taj is an honorable man. Someone must be trying to frame him. Wait, I know another Matra who works with Taj. I can ask him to let us speak with Taj.
As I've already told you, I don't have any way to contact Taj. A few Eremites showed up looking for Taj yesterday, and he met with them in his office. I was standing outside of the door, and I vaguely heard them say, "Found it." Before I realized it, the door opened, and Taj left with the group of them. I noticed that he had also changed into Eremite attire, but Taj didn't come to work today, so I've also started to feel a little concerned about the whole thing. If you'd like to speak with him, maybe you can try visiting his home. He lives just on the outskirts of Sumeru City.
A group of Eremites? Could Taj really be the one making all the canned knowledge?
No way. Taj is just like Sino. They're considered heroes among the Matra. There's no way that he would... Fine. Looks like there's no other choice.
Hey, don't let it get to you just yet. We'll get to the bottom of this once and for all.
So, this is Taj's place. There doesn't seem to be anyone here.
Well, what should we do then? Do we break in?
No. Wait, the door's unlocked. Did Taj leave in a hurry? Well, anyway, we're still not sure if he's the real culprit. Probably not a good idea to go in without permission. You're right. Even if we apply for a warrant now, we won't be able to do anything until tomorrow at the earliest. This is an emergency. What's this?
It's a paper full of names written on it. Oh, and a map. Nabil, can you make any sense of this?
Yes. This is definitely Taj's handwriting. These are the transactions between Taj and some other people. From the look of the numbers, the whole operation involves more than 300 people, including dozens of celebrities. I have a feeling that Sino might be unaware of what he's up against. There's no way anyone could face such a large organization on their own. You're right. That's just who he is. As for the map, it appears to indicate the location of the Court of Desolation. Let's take it to... If Taj really has turned on his honor and committed these terrible acts, then I suspect that he might already be at the Court of Desolation as we speak. I don't want to suspect him, but I also don't know him very well. Maybe Sino will know what to do.
All right, we'll give these to Sino.
Ad Astro. Thank you for completing.
From what I remember, he is a straight-laced man.
So do you think he's the one behind all this?
I'm still not sure. I cannot imagine how devastating the incident with Mortada was for him. Nor can I deny the possibility, whether it's out of love for his son or for other reasons. We have to see for ourselves to judge him. Or rather, that's right. It's clear that he had a hand in this case, yet he made no report of it. There's no doubting that. That's also why I need to see him. I must ask his reasoning and judge him myself. Time is ticking. Let's go.
I cannot help but feel that you bringing me here is some sort of an assassination attempt.
Let the show begin.
Time to go to work. We'll meet again. I'll take my own. You want silence! I'll be back.
I'll protect us.
Settle down.
Spread your wings and raise a storm!
Bow your head.
Where do you think you're going? No. Goodbye. But we'll meet again.
Abandoned property belongs to whoever finds it first. So, it's legally yours now.
Let's dance. Port of Desolation. Are there really any treasures buried here? Oh, Paimon's kinda nervous. Could it be dangerous?
Don't worry. You'll be safe with me.
Settle down!
Look! These walls have definitely seen better days. Was there some sort of fight here? Let's keep going and see what we can find. Whoa! Is it just Paimon? Or did that passageway just rotate? It's not gonna start moving again, is it? Either way, we should be careful. A passage! Hopefully that's our way in. That eye seems to be staring right at us. This place gives Paimon the creeps. You go first.
Melusines are beautiful creatures. They are the pride of Fontaine. Be sure to befriend them and cause them no harm.
Surrender!
Bow your head.
the show begins.
Tosh.
Ah, Sino. It's been some time since I've seen you last. I trust you are doing well. Seeing that you've made it all the way here, you must be on the cusp of wrapping up your investigation, I presume. Even faster than I expected. Is it because you have some new partners now?
That's right. This case is nearly closed. But the most important answer still eludes me. Was it all your doing? Smuggling the canned knowledge? The research of the Court of Desolation?
Yes, it was me.
Then explain why.
That's the difficult part. Let's just say I've changed. I've become a selfish coward who only wants to pursue his own interests.
I find that hard to believe.
Oh, really? Way I see it, every person will end up like me sooner or later. When you're young, you press forward, unattached, living solely for the justice in your heart. But as you begin to age, you start to become more cautious. I was the same. I never questioned my actions until Murtada died. I could feel the justice that I once strived to uphold. I was completely dedicated to all that I did, but as I grew older, I found myself feeling alone. Murtada was sent to prison by my own hands. I set myself on this painful path. I failed him as a father. But now I have a chance to make it right. A chance to reunite with him. The Court of Desolation. Here lies the key to overcoming life and death. The power to even bring the dead back to life.
So, did you already find what you needed here?
See this door behind me? Behind it lies the treasures that I seek. I'm so close, Sino. If only you hadn't arrived now, I could already have...
Enough conjecture. What has happened is already part of the past. In the end, the treasures you seek are nothing but myths and legend.
Since you're so sure, why don't you just let me open the door and see then?
No. I sense danger behind that door.
I beg you, as an old partner, can you let me fulfill my last wish just this once? Surely you get it by now. Doing your job without mercy will only drive people away from you. I'm the prime example.
I don't overthink things. If there is only one way for me to defend my principles, then that is the path I will take.
Seems there's no convincing you. All right then. Let's see if your polearm skills have improved at all. This power is mine. I will set things right no matter what the cost.
Settle down.
As I thought.
Your strength.
You feel it, don't you? I'm stronger than you remember. I gained new power when I entered the Court of Desolation. This is only a taste of it. Once I open the door behind me, this power will be complete. Even life and...
Uh-oh. We have to stop this guy!
I won't let you open that door.
I wouldn't be so sure. I'm afraid it won't be easy to stop me now that you're injured.
I'll do what I have to.
I still remember when we first became partners. You were always charging forward and putting your life on the line. Even after all this time, you still haven't changed.
You haven't changed either. You left that list of names and map in your house on purpose, didn't you? You wanted me to be able to find you here. All of this was just part of the act you were putting on. What happened just now was also part of your plan. You might have fooled those on the list. But I had my suspicions from the beginning. But I couldn't be sure until we fought. If he really had changed...
Huh? What do you mean, Sino?
He never planned on opening the door. His true intention was...
What's happening?
Seems our time is running short. Let me make this quick then. After Mortada died, my spirit was crushed. For a long time, I was hoping this reality was just That is when I was approached by someone who wished to collaborate and find the Court of Desolation together. I did some investigation of my own and discovered they were part of a massive organization. People from every walk of life are involved. They are relentless in their search, pouring countless more into secret research, even sacrificing lives in hopes that the Court of Desolation would...
No wonder banning the research wasn't enough. A full-scale operation was already in motion.
I'm a flesh and blood human like anyone else, so I obviously hesitated and considered it. The thought of bringing my son back tugged at my heart, but in the end, I suddenly came to a realization amidst my suffering. The Court of Desolation, a place that once drove people to tragedy, was still doing so. As long as this place exists, people will recklessly seek it out, just as Mortada did, generation after generation, regardless of the cost. Let it be buried beneath the sand forever. Once the Court of Desolation is gone, there will no longer be anyone obsessed with seeking it out. That's right. I acted as if I had abandoned my convictions just so that they would cooperate without raising any suspicion. This was the only way I could find and destroy. But that wasn't enough. I needed someone I could trust to bring the organization to justice. The Academia forbids the research of the Court of Desolation, so they would never approve my plan in the first place. To add to the problem, the organization is so powerful that they even have members working within the Academia. If I wished to destroy the organization, I couldn't just count on the Academia alone.
So, you pretended to be the one behind all this, as a test for me.
Yes. I'm sorry, but now I am assured. You haven't changed at all. You are still as you always... Anyway, this place is collapsing. You must leave now.
Wait! Aren't you leaving too? There are still loads of bad guys to catch outside!
His fate is already sealed. There is no life left inside him. He is like a candle with no more wick to burn. You planned it all from the very beginning, didn't you? Risking being treated as a traitor to collaborate with them. Sacrificing your own life to open and destroy the Court of Desolation.
Regardless, I made a grave mistake by allowing the smuggling and the research of this place. Let this be the final judgment on myself. I was always so busy with work that I never made time to fulfill Mortada's wishes. Finding this place was his biggest wish. Since I'll be reuniting with him here, I can only hope he won't have anything more to hold against me. I'll leave all those people on the list to you. Sorry.
There's nothing to be sorry for. If you see Mortada, send him my greetings.
Dad, why are they so strict with me? I'm always the only one who gets in worry. I won't damage your precious reputation.
All right, Dad. Let's start over. By the way, I finally found an area of research I wish to pursue. Why can't you show even a little leniency? Why?
Because we are Matra.
The Court of Desolation has...
Just as Taj said, that place had caused too many disasters and tragedies. Being buried in quicksand is its rightful end. To them, as long as there's Mora to be made, they will disregard the Academia's rules. Whether it's the court, their only goal is to make massive profits off of dangerous research. Taj may have set them back with the Court of Desolation. But that's an opportunity that I will not let them have.
We'll help too.
Thank you. But you've already... Just leave the rest to me. I will bring them to justice myself. So, that's what I'm going to do. Wait for me.
I see the value in my own work, but I also see the meaning in all the endeavors of the people of Fontaine. I believe I will continue to take pride in fulfilling.
We meet again. Thank you so much for all your help.
Nabil, what are you doing here?
Convicts from the desert are being escorted through Caravan Ribat, so I'm here to keep an eye on things. This should be the last group of them, so the last few days have been quite the ride. But fortunately, I can say with confidence that this case is finally coming to an end. At first, the mercenary groups on the list were putting up quite a fight. They made several desperate attempts to cover up the truth. After that, people on the list started to put pressure on the higher-ups within the Academia. Everyone was on edge, and the case came to a standstill.
And? Then what happened?
Well, then we received word that Taj Rudkani had sacrificed himself on the case. The news really stirred up the members of our ranks. The Matra then moved together against the enemy. We cleared out the traitors from within the Academia and arrested all the researchers on the list. Some of them managed to get out of the Academia, but still failed to escape. The scattered criminals were captured by Sino. I even heard that someone was about to escape to Fontaine, but was still apprehended just at the border. Having more than 300 prisoners apprehended for interrogation has definitely shaken things up recently.
Is Sino alright? He didn't get injured, did he?
He seems fine, but nobody knows the real situation. He brought over 300 suspects to judgment all on his own. Among them were even some of our former colleagues. But even if we start feeling all self-conscious, thinking if we've done anything wrong, we're still always honored to have Sino around. By the way, are you guys here to see Sino? I think I just saw him walking in that direction when I was on watch nearby. He was walking with someone I didn't recognize, and then before I knew it, they were nowhere to be seen. If you happen to see him...
Sure thing, Nabil. You be careful, too. Don't let any of those bad guys escape.
Don't worry about me. If anything happens, you can find me at the Academia anytime. Farewell, then.
I'll protect us.
Trying to single-handedly bring 300 people to justice must feel pretty exhilarating, but I can assure you this is certainly not the best solution.
I'm aware. However, I learned something unexpected during interrogation. Apparently, someone had enticed Mortada Radkani into becoming interested in researching the Court of Mortada had lived in his father's shadow all his life. After Mortada died, the organization tried to use Taj's shame regarding his son to add him to their ranks, toying with others' minds, treating lives like dirt, and doing anything for their own interests. This makes me angry.
Fine, I understand. This is a type of trap I've been working on which uses plants. Here, take some just in case you need them next time. If thrown into the mud, the trap will grow rapidly and disperse a pollen that has a paralyzing effect. I don't have much use for the traps these days, but maybe you will, and can help me collect more testing data.
Sino! Tainari! Oh, so Tainari must be who Nabil saw earlier. Are you also here to see Sino?
That's right. Sino asked me to collect some medicinal herbs to treat a girl named Simin. I also dropped by just to check for any injuries. He seems to be fine physically, but he looks a little more lonely than I remember. And Sino, relax. You don't always have to look so serious, you know. Why don't you play more Genius Invocation TCG, huh? Kale has always been a little wary of you, and your stern expression certainly isn't helping.
How is Kale these days?
She's grown a bit taller, but her grades could use some improvement. She still made many mistakes on her last test, even after I had marked all the important content in the book for her. After some time, I plan on having her go outside more. It just so happens that I have something she can help me with.
Huh? You mean Kale is leaving Avidia Forest? What happened?
I've asked her to host some ad hoc lectures to teach the dangers of canned knowledge, as well as how to use it safely. Although we've apprehended all the criminals behind the recent smuggling case, there are many people who are still curious and seek canned knowledge. So, I decided to ask her to work on increasing knowledge and awareness on the topic. Please be sure to keep an eye on her.
I will.
If anything else happens, the three of you can find me in the Avidia Forest. Take care.
I've already caught those who were preparing to attack you in secret. Even if some criminals did slip through our fingers, they wouldn't know that you were involved in the case. So you can relax.
But what about you, Sino?
It's still not time for me to rest yet. Those who died have fulfilled their wishes, but those who are alive must continue pressing forward. I've been thinking about what Taj said in the Court of Desolation these last few days. His words were not empty. People do change, and no belief can completely resist the erosion of time. I just hope my own change will come slowly, so that I can press on a little further. That way, those who see me as their superior, and those who are following in my footsteps, will learn courage from my example, just as I gained courage from my own superiors, and my partner. I'll be fine. I'm also enjoying my chat with you right now, you know. There are many things I feel better about once I start to talk about them. Many people want to go to the desert to offer condolences for Taj. But I didn't share details with anyone. I'd prefer to avoid revealing the location of the Court of Desolation. One day, I'll gather some flowers that grow in arid desert conditions. And then...
Let the show be.
I think it's way better to stay here and study.
Let's dance. Milu! It's nice to see you again!
Oh, hey there, Traveler in Paimon.
Are you here for some shopping too?
That's right. Although there were a few hiccups here and there, the Sabzerus Festival turned out to be a grand success. And so, the theater wants to host a celebration event. Do you two want to come? It'll be a really fun time. It's something like a tradition of ours. Whenever we wrap an important performance, we'll get together and unwind. Rehearsals are exhausting. If you keep your nose to the grindstone, you're going... Mr. Zubair, our manager, always says that celebrations aren't just for fun. But no one remembers that once the celebrations start.
We've been to a lot of festivals during our... Will your celebration also have...
Of course. We always do lots of eating, toasting, and gift exchanging. We try really hard to show our appreciation for it.
Ah, so we'll need to bring a present. No way! Treat others how you want to be treated, right? But maybe you could lend Paimon some more of hers?
It's fine. You can come, present or not. The gift exchange, you two being there would be the best gift of all.
Is something up?
You mean when I danced at the square right in front of the academia? After that, no one came to the theater to scold me either. From what I can tell, in the past, if a student were to put off their studies to watch a show or dance, but now, it seems like this attitude is changing. People are starting to believe that engaging with the arts can help them balance their moods. Anyway, it seems like people have to personally experience something to gain a good understanding of it.
They should thank us for opening their eyes.
That'll probably take some time. They're still droning on and on about experimentation and proof. Anyway, all that aside, are you thinking about coming to our event?
Paimon thinks it'll be a great time. What do you think?
All right, then let's head to the theater. Wait, I completely forgot about this pile.
Whoa, did you buy?
Just one box. The rest were given.
That's way too many freebies. Many vendors...
All I know is that whenever I start chatting with people, my hands would get moved. I was planning on making a few trips to bring everything back before continuing on with my shopping.
So this isn't even all of it?
Are you
Of course. Carrying stuff is a piece of cake for him, right?
I'm so sorry to trouble you like this. Well, let's hurry up.
Oh, well, if it isn't Nilu.
Greetings, Mr. Jute. Do you still have any food that's ready to go?
Of course I do. I've heard that Zubair Theater is hosting a celebration event. Although, it looks like you're gonna need 2 more portions.
Please allow me to introduce them. This is the Traveler, and this is Paimon, his super reliable guide and helper.
No. Paimon is... hold on. She got it completely right. Look, Traveler! She introduced Paimon correctly!
Don't underestimate Nilu. She always remembers every last little detail about everyone, even if it sounds completely trivial. She's also very brave. Just a little while ago, she saved my precious spices from the jaws of a sumpter beast.
Don't think anything of it. I just help out when I can because everyone else takes such good care of me. Anyway, sorry to get off topic. We're in a bit of a hurry.
I was joking. Anyone who runs a business knows to keep some extra stock. Oh, that reminds me. It seems that these friends of yours aren't
Whoa, what a fantastic idea! Tachin is a mixture of rice and meat that's baked into a cake-like shape. Its aroma is just so wonderfully delicious. If you ever...
But is it really just for the kids?
I just can't help myself.
We're 2 peas in a pod. Who doesn't enjoy...
Wait here. I'll bring some over.
Whoa, what a dish! It's sweet and sour and full of deliciousness! Paimon can't eat it fast enough!
No matter how many times I eat it, it's still so delicious.
I wouldn't have offered it as a treat if I wasn't confident in the taste. I baked a lot just now, and it's all packaged and ready for you to take back to the theater.
You made so much. Is it really okay to take them all?
It was nothing. Making 1 serving or 100 servings is all the same to me. If anything, don't worry about it. What kind of person would I be if I made you pay? Make sure you got everything. Feel free to come back anytime.
I'm starting to understand how you got so many things.
Yeah. Everyone has their...
Nilu, good timing. I have the textiles you ordered. If you took any longer, the sumpter beasts might have gobbled them up.
You and your jokes.
Jude said that some sumpter beasts ate his sponge.
Oh,
Trying to pull anything out of a sumpter beast's mouth is like playing a... So they really do eat anything, huh? What's that?
Come now. You know, sumpter beasts sometimes eat nuts. The textiles you ordered are highly durable and woven from... So even if a sumpter beast got snacky, It'd still have to chomp on it for a full day.
You've tested this before?
But of course! How else could I be so trustworthy? I wouldn't dare experiment with such a precious product.
True. It does sound like some good fabric.
Ho ho! Have I piqued your interest? If you want to buy some, now's a good time. Buy.
Ooh, that's a pretty good discount. What do you think, Traveler?
No thanks, Mr. Offsheen. You can't use that kind of tactic on her.
Tactic? So you mean everything he just said to Paimon was a long...
I wouldn't go that far. It's just that Mr. Offsheen is really good at spinning stories. Mr. Zubair gave me a huge lecture the last time I bought too many things.
Come on, don't look at me like that. All she got was a talking to from Zubair. My philosophy is that stories give value to merchandise. Our Nilu here is an extraordinarily good listener. After a while, I began to feel guilty selling things to her because of how happy she... Anyway, since then, I've come to realize two things. One...
It's okay. We're all friends now.
That reminds me. Some of the goods from my latest... They're fine for general use, but my customers have high standards. Nilu, why don't you take them?
Huh? No.
Just think of it as a favor for me, all right? It costs me Mora to store or ship, so I'm...
Even so, let me buy them at market value.
Nah, these goods are hard movers. Besides, if I let you... Just take them. If you really feel that bad about it, give me some theater tickets later. Oh, yeah, you should also take some while you're at it.
Wow, even we get a share of this?
Hurry and take it. Just looking at it all is giving me a headache.
There's still one more store. Are you all right holding on to that much stuff? Paimon, why don't you lend a hand? He must be tired.
Just what will we come across this time?
I trust you. An insurmountable problem, I presume?
Would you then think less of Paimon?
About time, Nilu. Farhad here was...
Please, I was only looking at them to get a better...
Wouldn't spoiling yourself just...
Yeah, please wait for our official performance.
These two look familiar. Ah, weren't they at the Sub-Zerus Festival?
Yeah, and they're coming to today's celebration too.
Oh, the more folks the merrier.
Oh yes, please do. I'm sure Miss Raykar and Miss Nadja would also love to have a chat with the two of you.
We even prepared a small gift. Let me show it. I really think we should wear some of these to give the event a more celebratory feel.
Wow, it's beautiful. Did you make it?
Farhad did most of the work. What a...
That is pretty surprising.
Hey, why can't I have a little side hobby?
I know. I watched you make it. Oh, right. Why don't you also try some on? We've...
It fits perfectly.
They're so pretty! Is there one that Paimon can wear?
Unfortunately, we already gave out all the child-sized ones.
Fascinating. Huh. That sounds kind of weird, but...
Oh, you all sure got a lot of stuff there. Let me help you carry some. I'm a porter by trade, so this is what I'm best at.
That'd be great! Please and thank you. But we have a pro now.
Thanks for the help, Mr. Farhad. But otherwise, I may not be able to hold back Miss...
Shut it. Fine. It's not including Hushang's things, though. We'll each need to carry a box if we want to...
Paimon looks like she doesn't want to, so I'll carry a little extra. Strength and balance are both really important.
No, let Paimon. The Traveler's right. Paimon shouldn't freeload. Paimon can't fly anymore.
Are you okay, Paimon?
Paimon's good to keep going people say there's no such thing as a free lunch.
Oh, that sure was a lot of stuff.
Thank you, Mr. Farhad.
Thank you, Sumpter Man. Whew.
All right, I'll leave you all to it.
See ya. Good thing we had Mr. Farhad with us, or else, of course, we're all like neighbors.
With this many freebies being thrown at you, you probably don't need to work.
I felt so guilty at first, like I always owed someone something. Later on, I realized that it's actually like what Mr. Afshin said. When you order the wrong item, or make too much of something, sometimes that's why there's no need to stress over the freebies. All of us repay others by helping them when they need it.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
This has become our norm, and no one keeps track of the back and forth anymore. So really, don't worry about it. All right, I have to bring all this to Mr. Zubair and do a little bit of prep. Feel free to hang out here for a bit. It'd be nice if you could also get to know, Mr. You two are our guests. So please, just relax and look forward to the celebration.
Wow, the atmosphere here is so nice. Let's take a break and immerse ourselves in this warmth. Hello.
What? Who are you? You can't just go... Hi, I'm just,
Is that
No. Well, it's just, some... sorry. I really do need to focus and start working on it.
What an oddball. Oh well, it's none of... Hey there!
Doesn't look too bright.
Hey! Talk about just...
You, on the other hand, how would you describe the concept of mere curiosity is all? So that's what you think, Unremarkable. Better than an average person's thoughts, but is art a product that we create and bring forth? I, for one, believe it.
Paimon doesn't follow.
I've been staying here for a long time. On occasion, I prefer to abstain from writing as it spoils the viewing experience. The existence of the theater, of Nilu, and of humanity itself. All of these can be considered as forms of art.
How does that have anything to do with us?
Let me ask you this. What do I suppose that question was a little too difficult for you. To chance upon a spark of inspiration. I have been closely observing you, the players on the stage, and those watching in the audience. Art is already all around us.
Hey there. I saw... Are you two also...
You got it!
My name is Raykar. The little ones causing a ruckus are my children. They always get really excited every time. Yes, they are. There's good work here, the pay's... I'm quite content with this
Do you mean your life wasn't nearly as good before?
It's all right. It's all what... My husband and I were both Material struggles can always be overcome, but ever since then... But I still consider myself lucky.
Sorry for bringing up such...
Oh, it's all right. Once the event starts, you'll be...
Look! Nilu's back! Let's meet up with her. The event's probably about to start.
Sorry for the wait. I'll call everyone over, and then we can start.
Let us give you a hand.
Thank you.
Maybe we really should have prepared a gift. Then we could also be... As it is, all we can do is...
Maybe we shouldn't do this after all. I didn't do that great of a job.
Oh, don't think like that. Remember our promise? And besides, you've never attended a celebration.
I'm still...
There's nothing to be worried about. There aren't any scary...
Right.
Huh. All right. Maybe this will help. Everyone, over here!
Wait, Wait! I've already said that I'm not ready yet.
Take it easy and relax. Deep breath. And if you don't say anything, then all the hard work we put into
using it as a gift, though?
So when Inaya was talking about making a prop, she was actually... Yeah, it feels like she still doesn't really see herself as... But it looks like Nilu's trying to ease her through.
Actually, Inaya had prepared a special present for everyone before the celebration kicked off.
Woohoo! We're gonna get our first present from Miss Inaya!
Pipe down! The louder you all are, the more nervous she'll become. You've worked on it for so long, so how...
You've got this.
Is Mr. Zubair here? Sheikh Zubair, this is an urgent notice from the Academia.
What a condescending guy.
Since Zubair Theater has long violated the Academia's policies and orders, as its manager, you must halt all operations and dismiss all staff members within 30 days, after which you will report to the Academia for further punishment.
Why? Why force us to do this all of a sudden?
Little girl, this is not the first time you've been issued a warning.
I didn't hear anything about demolition the last time I asked, and now I suddenly only have 30 days? We have more shows planned, but it's impossible to do anything in just 30 days. How am I supposed to explain this to my customer?
That issue is of no concern to me, Mr. Zubair. You seem to understand the situation quite clearly. Perhaps you can reflect on the reasons why you have failed to prepare for the scenario in advance.
Demolition? Why do they want to demolish this place?
The Academia has never liked us, and they've never respected our work. This isn't the first time they've come by. They had asked us several times in the past to improve the quality of our performance, but our audience isn't the Academia. It's the people of the Grand Bazaar. If our shows are too difficult to understand or too removed from everyday life, nobody would watch them anymore. Changing our content would not only mean turning our backs on our vision, it would... Yeah, the theater is very important to each and every one of us.
The way they're doing things is so scummy.
But I also don't know how we can stop them.
I do not wish to explain everything again from the beginning. Time is of the essence, so you...
But none of us plan to accept this. Such an abrupt notice is contrary to established policy.
Ask whoever you will. The answer will remain the same. We have already given you sufficient notice.
Enough! Does your audacity know no limits, Father?
Huh? Father? Their family?
What's academia? This is all because you don't like Zubair Theater. You're just using the Academia's name to threaten us. Let me tell you, even if you manage to tear down this place, nothing is going to change. You've always been awful. That even I never thought my father would sink this low.
This is strictly business. It has nothing to do with where you are, what you do, or what you think. I hope you all have not been irrevocably blinded by folly. I will not waste more time on pointless arguments. Wrap everything up, and make preparations to shut down at once.
Why is he always like that?
This is quite the misfortune, but there's nothing we can do. That's it for today, everyone. Let's clean up. I'll go talk to them again tomorrow.
Sorry. I invited you thinking this is going to be a happy occasion. I didn't know that things would turn out like this.
There's no need to apologize, Nilu. No one could have seen this coming. Paimon just wishes she could have at least gotten to the food. Is what that guy said true? The Academia has already given you many warnings?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. They've always seen us as being meaningless. Knowledge is king in Sumeru, and their pursuit of it leaves no room for the arts. But if that's all it is, there's also no reason to go so far as to demolish the theater. After Inaya ran away from home, I brought her here to Zubair Theater. She rarely talks about her family. All I know is that she didn't get along with them. I never expected it to blow up like this.
If you did nothing wrong, then there's no reason to listen to the academia, right?
You mean Lesser Lord Kusanali?
She'd probably help if she knew what was going on. No matter how nasty the academia could get, surely they can't win against Lesser Lord Kusanali.
No. I wasn't doubting her ability. I just feel like we shouldn't bother her with such a trivial problem. Plus, if the Dendro Archon were to intervene, then it wouldn't feel like our victory was earned.
That's true. Who cares? Let's just take him in a fight. Aw, that's true.
I'll try to think of something. We can't just let everyone suffer in a perpetual state of fear and uncertainty. What to do?
Can you pretend to shut down, but secretly continue to hold your shows somewhere else? Or we could go through a list of customers and try to see if anyone in there might be willing to help out.
A debate?
Oh, if we can prove to Inaya's father that the Academia's position doesn't hold water, then they won't have a reason to demolish the theater.
I see. Defeating... It's a good idea, but which one of... Huh? Me? No. I'm the literal worst at arguments. I can't debate.
Nilu, you are only so stressed out right now because you care so much about protecting...
This theater holds a special meaning in all of our hearts, but I just don't know. Can I really take on such a huge responsibility?
Paimon'll help too. You'll feel a lot more confident after doing some prep work, but...
Thanks, you two. All right. Even though I may fail, I'll do my very best for everyone's sake.
That's our Nilu. We're rooting for you.
Okay. Let's head back and tell everyone what we came up with.
This just came out of nowhere.
Beats me. Everyone else must...
Trying to best the academia in a debate is attempting the impossible. If you really want to try, I won't stop you. It's not like our situation can get any worse.
I don't think it's entirely hopeless. To Sharif, Nilu's approach will come off as naive, but that kind of frankness, things might turn out differently from what you expect.
I am in favor of such a romantic feat. Sure, in fiction, but I'm not sure how well that will translate to reality. I'm not saying that I don't support you, Nilu. If you need my help, just say the word. Anything is better than just standing aside and watching the theater get demolished.
I'm also pitching in. Let's show the act.
Thank you, everyone. I feel a lot less nervous with your support.
Not to rain on your parade, but my father is a real hard guy to deal with. He's erudite, meticulous, demanding, and exceedingly familiar with rigorous logic. It'll be You all already knew that. But you just didn't want to hurt Nilu's feelings. But when all's said and done, aren't you hurting her just the same?
That's enough, Inaya.
Sorry, I've ruined the mood. I just can't force myself to expect a positive outcome.
Yeah, it's way too early to give up.
You're right, Inaya. We're up against the academia. Everyone knows that they're very powerful. Being skeptical, but I still want to try. I'm reluctant to just, and it's not just me. I think everyone else here feels the same. Say what's on your mind, and do what you think should be done. If we fail after that, then at least we won't have any regrets. I mean, after all, the only thing we can control right now is our choice at this very moment.
I understand what you're trying to say. I also have my own intense feelings of anger and regret.
Then, could I trouble you to tell your father about our plan for a debate? You can still get in touch with your family, right?
Yes, I can.
Then, please help us pass on my request. I've never participated in a debate, and truth be told, but since we've decided on a debate, I'll do my best to prepare for it. I by myself definitely don't have enough wisdom to beat your father, but what about the entire theater combined? Then
right.
That's right, Miss Nilu. Beat the bad guy. Justice. Make him eat dirt.
You two. We aren't getting into a fight, but thank you for your encouraging words.
Well said back there, Nilu.
I felt that I might have said a bit too much.
Inaya was right. It wasn't out of pity, after all. I'd be a terrible... She knows better than any of us.
All right, time to pull everyone's thoughts.
Mr. Zubair, we're trying...
It won't be difficult to explain our position. I have meticulously managed this theater's affairs for... I did all of that to protect ourselves if something... Yes, I know. If I can't even protect... In summary, you need sufficient confidence and strict adherence. As long as you double down on that point and force them to concede it, you'll gain an advantage.
All right, got it.
I've seen many situations. While you prepare for the debate, I will also prepare the theater. Once you're done chatting...
Do we really have to?
Right now, no one's in the right frame of mind to perform. Nilu, with your talent and youth, you had the least to lose out of all of us.
I've never thought about leaving your theater, Mr. Zubair. I also want to keep dancing with everyone else.
You're becoming more and more like her. Do your best. We'll do all that we...
Her?
My teacher. She was an excellent dancer, but she's retired now. If we...
I didn't expect you all to... That reminded me of my young... I can't do things like that anymore, but...
Sorry.
It's all right. There's no need to think... Have faith in the resilience of an adventure.
But won't you have regrets if things just come to an abrupt end?
So that's what... Relax. I've had a lot of experience. Look at us now. So he was thrilled because he can soon perform. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for our past struggles. And...
Are you trying to make us feel better?
Yes, but I truly do mean what I say. Being the most important thing about an experience is how you choose to interpret. I can choose to believe that my life ended with my husband's death. Similarly, even if the good and bad are all human-made concepts.
You have a point.
Nilu, I know you don't have to be so nervous.
Thank you, Miss Raycott.
No need to thank me. If
all right, I gotta cheer up.
Good.
When the day comes, I'll get my friends and the theater's customers to come and... If anything goes wrong, I'll have them... I can't do that?
I've gained a whole new level of respect for you. Inaya was right. It's true that I couldn't bear to bring down Nilu. It wasn't out of pity or anything, though. After all, Nilu was the one who bravely stepped up and proposed. I'd be a terrible person if I spoke badly of Nilu without doing anything to help. She knows better than any of us how difficult this path will be.
This just came out of...
Beats me. Everyone...
This just came out of... No...
Beats me. Everyone else...
I've gained. Inaya was right. It wasn't out of pit after all. I'd be a terrible. She knows better than.
Paimon doesn't really want to talk.
So, you've already developed some prejudices against me. And to...
Oh, Paimon will listen to that.
Although, I know not if you have a new answer to my previous question. Now seems like an appropriate time to revisit it. What do you think is the meaning of art?
Oh, this again?
We probably do need to tackle this question if we want to prove the value of the arts. I don't know how to. Does that count?
You answered him so seriously. Careful, Nilu. This guy's ramblings never make any sense.
No. Nilu's answer far surpasses yours. The meaning of art comes not from its creators. In other words, only art that can be appreciated by others will impart its This is something that the academia can never understand. I once pursued the mastery of art, much like how a research. However, the more of a connoisseur I became, the less I felt I understood. I knew that the most sophisticated works are often... I remained even perplexed about this conundrum until I visited this theater.
It was that life-changing?
Everyone here had a joyous part in the overall experience. The actors upon the stage basked in the love of their audience, while those in the house immersed themselves in the wondrous ambiance. In all honesty, from a purely critical point of view, the performances here are
Hey, don't say something like that.
But what bewildered me was how, despite the performance's middling quality, I realized then that I had walked the wrong road. The mastery of art was never what I truly wanted. I left the so-called frontiers of artistic research and came to this theater. For art will no longer be a castle in the sky, whether it be inspiring or entertaining. If art cannot accomplish that, then it is meaningless.
When you put it that way... Mr. Zubair and I refused to follow the Academia's orders to change our shows for a similar reason. To put it simply, we were afraid that our shows would lose their meaning if people couldn't understand them.
I once stood in the spotlight, but I relinquished fame and acclaim for the freedom I enjoyed to... I care not for where my feet may take me next. But Nilu, you already stand upon the... You cannot give it up.
I understand. Thank you.
Dust the cobwebs away from the...
You really seem to care a lot about the theater.
Once you get to know him, you'll realize that he's actually a big softie at heart. He'll even help out with furniture repair and painting the stage.
You're here. Is the theater actually closing?
He's been worried sick for a while now. He wouldn't stop talking the whole way back.
Hey, you two.
What exactly happened? Did someone come down from the academia?
Yes. He told us that we have to shut down the theater within 30 days, and that it's going to be demolished.
What the heck? That came with no warning.
They're messing with us again.
Don't tell me you'll have to listen to him.
Come on. You know the answer to that.
Yeah, it is a direct order from the academia.
There's no need to worry, though. I'm preparing for a public debate with the academia. If I win, we might be able to overturn things and change their minds.
Really? That's terrific. You have my full support, no doubt about...
Mine too! So what was their excuse, anyway? They still not...
Yeah. something.
Good thing they have the power to make rash decisions about things they don't even
Yeah, they need to touch more grass, not books.
Exactly. They want to look down on us?
Don't worry. Everyone here has your back. The Academia's recklessness won't get them any praise.
Right. They might think that some forms of knowledge are more valuable than others, but everyone can equally. If they don't believe that, send them my way. I got them beat on this subject.
Maybe you can prepare some questions on the details of dance performance to make things harder.
Sounds like a good idea.
Ignore him. He's joking. Just no matter what, we will always support you.
Thank you all so much. Your understanding and support make me feel a lot better.
There are always more solutions than problems. If you need help during the debate, just shout and the entire Grand Bazaar will be at your beck and call.
Gotta show them who has the people's.
I feel like the pieces are starting to fall into place. Let's head back to the theater and organize our thoughts.
Sounds good. Inaya should also be...
Abby, have you seen Miss Inaya?
No, Miss Nilu. Miss Inaya isn't back yet. Wasn't she just passing on a message? Does she really need this much time?
Traveler, Paimon, I think I messed up big time. What if Inaya never planned to come back?
What?
It's just a gut feeling, but knowing her, she probably feels like she's completely responsible for what happened. She probably thinks that all of this happened because she was staying here.
Oh, right. As soon as her father showed up, she said that her father was targeting her. So she's felt like that this whole time.
She has a long-standing conflict with her father. That's why she ran away from home. She doesn't think that we can win the debate. And she doesn't want to implicate us. So she thought leaving was the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm. And then she just quietly left afterward.
Exactly. She's being too pessimistic. How will you... Anyway, first things first. We have to get her back.
But where should we start? Sumeru is...
I think I might know. Let's start by looking outside the city. Before I brought her to Zubair Theater, she was staying at a remote campsite. She got a fever from drinking unclean water, so I carried her back. If she has nowhere else to go after leaving the theater, she might go back and strike out on her own again.
Then let's go take a look.
Yes, let's hurry. There are signs that someone had stayed here very recently.
But we can't confirm if it... Let's take a look around. Did you hear that?
I heard it too. Let's investigate.
We're getting closer. The voice is coming from over there.
Yes, we're almost there. Stay back!
It's Inaya! She's being attacked by wild animals!
Inaya, don't be scared! We're coming to help!
Witness my rise. Transfixed.
Thank you. There weren't so many big animals in this area before. Sorry. I'm caught.
Why did you leave by yourself? You really don't think we have a chance at winning the debate?
No. I just thought everything happened because...
Yeah! Everyone's working together towards a happier ending. No...
It's all right if it's me. As long as you guys are the kindest people I've ever met.
Listen to me, Inaya. Even if you were the reason that all of this happened, no one would blame you. Mr. Zubair said that you're one of us, so that means we will protect you. No matter what happens, we'll stand as one.
Nilu, there will always be a victim. You can't win a debate against the academia. Especially, my father is an extremely demanding man. He's always wanted me to become an exceptional researcher and his academic successor. I tried my best to meet his expectations and did everything, but he still wasn't satisfied. Or rather, I'm no genius. But whenever he berated me, it was always as if he was asking me, "Why aren't you a genius?" Yeah.
So that's why you ran away from home?
At first, I thought the father would slowly... For one exam, I earned the 3rd highest score. I thought that all my hard work had finally paid off. That I even used the embroidery skills I learned at school to make... I thought, even this daughter can make her father happy sometime.
I see. When we were embroidering your gift before...
Yeah. Sorry for not bringing it up. These are not... I was tired of him yelling at me every day. All I wanted was to see him smile at me, but... he was more angry than ever before once I'd given him my... You think you should be proud of 3rd place? Reflect on why you weren't 1st. I forgot how long I'd cried for. I only remember... They argued for such a long time. I've completely given up. We're destined to never understand each other.
How horrible!
I don't think you can beat him in a debate. Because he doesn't... He can never understand the relationship performers have with their audience. He just wants everything to happen according to his wishes. As if what we cherish, our little place in this world.
It sounds like your past has had a huge impact on you.
I understand now, Inaya. But when we were preparing for the debate, I heard something quite wise. Maybe it'll help you. Everyone is free to appreciate art. No, there should be something else that's more relevant. Everyone is free to appreciate art.
The most important thing about...
Miss Raykar has gone through a lot in her life. Although she ran into misfortune, she told me that I can sympathize with your those unhappy experiences allowed you to really cherish your bonds with everyone. Don't let your past suffering keep you from the new life that you've worked so hard.
Oh.
Let the past stay in the past.
When I ran away from home, I swore that I would leave my family conflicts. But you're right. All I'm doing now is falling right...
Maybe you'll disappoint him, but that doesn't matter. Don't let go of the answer you've worked so hard to find.
That's right. If we put our heads together, there's bound to be a way.
You're right. There's nothing to be afraid of. I'm not trying to meet his expectations. I can't afford to lose anything more. The debate will not only protect Zubair Theater, but also allow me to settle things with Father.
That's the
Let's go. I know him very well.
All right.
I'm off to meet with him. Please wait here for me.
Okay. Looking forward to your good news. That should be everything. I'm not sure why, but...
You were great, Nilu! Talk like that during...
Thanks for that, Paimon. But I still feel like it'll be an uphill battle. Yeah. I'm acting... Huh? What's up?
Huh? Isn't a theater just a theater?
Wait. You're not a... Let me think. How can I...
The most important...
Ah! Got it. When we were trying to find a way to save the theater, we heard many stories not of the theater, but of Zubair Theater is our reason for coming together. It connects us all in unique ways. In other words, it's like a bond.
A bond?
The theater provides money for Miss Raykar and her children, inspiration for Mr. Kasani, and enjoyment for the people of the Great Bazaar. It also gives Inaya shelter from her family. It has brought us together after taking care of every single one of us. And its story won't end here. In the future, and we'll all be there for them. Aside from the delivery of performances...
Yeah, that makes sense. We definitely felt that warmth during the preparations for the event, but... Paimon doesn't see how this will help in the debate. Oh, gotcha! No matter how strong...
I feel like that's another prong in our attack.
Paimon also feels a lot more relieved.
Sorry for the wait. I'm back. Things went a lot more smoothly than I expected. Why are you all smiling so much?
We realized that your dad might not be as scary as we had thought.
We just finished our prep. We have to win.